Everybody, hello and welcome back. We're going to take a little tour today of the Columbus Belmont State Park. It's one of the actual cannons they recovered. It's a 5-pounder. Mom's got pictures of me when I was about, 12 years old, sat on this cannon. I got pictures of my boy about 12 years old, sat on this cannon. Regular called Iron Bank. Over years, a lot of this has fell in. But y'all know a bunch of my videos I post about Iron Bank. Well, this is Iron Bank, and right down there is where I work. We'll take a little tour, walk around. This is one of the pavilions where they have family reunions and get-togethers and whatnot. Just like one of the grills I got, the main man channel's got. There's a bunch of trails that lead up through them woods up there, but we don't have time today to go walking up through there. But this was an actual Civil War camp. Of course, this pavilion was built later on. But all these cannons are actual cannons that was recovered from here. And this place is loaded with squirrels. You would not believe. There's droppings right now of nuts coming down out of these trees. But this is one of the cannons here. Of course, the actual cannon, but the carriage, they rebuilt this carriage. But this, I don't know if you can read this, see this too good or not, but that's when they discovered it. It was '84 local historian. In 1984, a local historian began to determine the location by using maps and surveys in '91. And with the help of them and the Corps engineer, they dug the base out, but failed to find the cannon. Roberts discovered its exact location in 1998 using a megaton meter, and they had, it was buried in 42 feet of dirt. And that's it when they found. I wish I could see this. Y'all could see this a little bit better, but that's a cannon they rediscovered. It was a 32-pounder. And it was most of the large cannon used at Fort Desiree, Henry, Donaldson, Pello, and Allen Tim were the size. It cast in 1839. There's a picture of it right there. So there's a lot of history in this place. And one thing about this big old chain right here. This chain used to stretch across the Mississippi River. And that's the anchor. They stretched this thing across to keep the north from bringing their ships or boats down. I don't know if y'all can see this real good, probably not. But they had like boats, little canoes, little barges, wood barges, that they would have to, when ships come down, they'd let come down, they'd have to break it. But it was in 1925, a landslide at the edge of the bluff, which I showed you at the first of this video, exposed sections of it. But there it is. Each link, which is right here, each little link was 20 pounds, 5 ounces. The anchor measured 15 feet, 9.5 inches long, with the flutes of 9 foot from tip to tip. The anchor had been buried 11 foot with the flutes in a vertical position. It was not going to drag this thing out the ground too easy. That is the actual chain and anchor. And just part of the chain they found. If y'all ever down here in West Kentucky, y'all need to check out the Columbus-Belmont State Park. This place is just amazing. Like I said, it's a lot of history right here. And down here is a map of what the town actually looked like and what it is now. As the sun is beating down today. Right here is what it is today. Now, as you can see, right down here, all these barges, okay? And see this line right here? Well, this is what it looked like. Now, this is 2013. This is 1862. Right here, where this line comes down. Just like I showed you on this map. See, all this is water. Repair a towboat place. That is where the town is. All this right now is above this town. The building right there, that's the museum. See where the museum is right here? See how far it's from the water? That's the same museum. And right here is where the water, where the Mississippi is right now. That's how much the river has changed and took over. That's a 1,000-foot difference right there. So, less than 1,000 foot, or more than 1,000 foot underwater right now. I was talking about the trenches a while ago. Just let y'all read this. Back there, there's a hill. Right there's a squirrel. Y'all see him? Back there's a hill with that pipe running through it. Now this pipe is not straight, it curves. That way the soldiers from the north or south, they could talk to each other without worrying about somebody sending a bullet through that pipe. Almost each year, I don't think they're going to have it this year because of the virus. They always have I think it's the second or third weekend in November. They have what's called Civil War Days. Where they have reenactments, procession, people come set up booths, all Civil War stuff. There's another 5-pound cannon. And over here they got a little playground for the kids to play on. Little thing right there. It's one of them diggers we could set on and become your backhoe operator. Yes, I have played on that thing. I love it. We're going to take a little walk right up there. You see from here, you see the hills where you come down the trenches. The gully right there, it's always constantly falling in also. They do have the main trails up there. They are paved, but the other trails leading back through there, they're just dirt and earth. They try to keep this place as natural as they can. From this point right here, you can see pretty good ways. I'm going to Put this up for a sec. Y'all can read this. Shoot back some. Talk about in 1861, the Mississippi River provided a potential avenue of the invasion for the Union Army into the sector of the southern states. And that is the mighty Mississippi River. Right down there is Wolf Island. Got a little pavilion they built years ago. There's another cannon. Like I said, all these cannons were found here. They got a little concession stand down there. Pretty good food too. I love their corn dogs. They got a little museum up here. There's more. I know it's, y'all can't hardly read this right now because of the light and stuff. It talks about the 4th United States Colored Heavy Armory. Here is a piece of a cannon. That was a fragment of a 6.4 inch Gatling crease gun. I guess it's seen its better days. You can tell right there. That's a bore right there. And you can see that's a pretty good chunk. There's some writing on it right here. Let's tell it's a P that says 192. Kind of like a 0. There is some markings on this. This thing talks about the earthquake along the Mississippi, about the New Madrid, the river flowed backwards. It's just one of them things you ought to come and read about or maybe look it up. It's, like I said, the weather right now, the sun beating down ain't the best time to try to video some of this stuff. Big old trees right there. They have a campground over there too. It ain't a humongous campground, but it's pretty big. That you can come bring your campers, stuff like that. I ain't for sure the exact acreage of this park, but she's big. The concession stand used to be up here and they moved it. Like I said, that's the museum right there. I got a cousin that works in there. I don't know if he's working right now or not. But when we come to these battles that have the reenactments, they would set up them big old cannons. They'd light them things off, it would knock the acorns, the walnuts out of the trees. Or it would go crazy. Right here is one of the trenches. I talked about earlier, they got trenches all over this place. There's a lot of reading right there. It shows another map. Right there where we're at right now. That's this area right here. And that's the town that's underwater. That's Mississippi River took it over.
Right now we're going to be driving out. There's some other stuff up here, some other cannons. Show you real quick. There are squirrels everywhere. You be up here eating a french fry, and they'll run up on the table and just feed them. We showed you this cannon right there when we pulled in. It's just beautiful down here. If y'all ain't ever been here, y'all need to come down this place. They got a convention center and park office. They take this place, I mean, they keep this place pretty maintained, keep it up good. Right there's the campground right in front of us that they have. And they got a little couple of campers you can rent out, but this place gets full over the years. That little cabin right there, they rent it out too for people. I think the only thing it's got is air conditioner, one outlet, and a 2 beds. But this is the Columbus Cemetery, established in 1825. This, of course, like any town, they have very old grave sites up here and very new ones. This is dedicated to the memory of the Confederate soldiers who served at Columbus, Belmont, 1861-1862, erected by the sons of the Confederate veterans, Tillman Beauregard Camp, number 1460, and Order of Confederate Rose Cat, Moss Camp 9, or Camp number 7, I'm sorry, number 7. You know, thing about it too, there's headstones up there like this one right here. It looked like a tree trunk. Base of a tree. And we all know cemeteries, the further you go back, the older the stones get. There's a cemetery not too far from where I live that the stones are so old. I mean, they predate, it's probably the Civil War. They're so old. Right there's 2 cannons they got facing downward. Columbus Belmont State Park. Y'all need to come check this out. Y'all have a safe day.